Hi Leo, how are you? It's Sarah with Earth to Sarah Tarot. I will be doing your love reading for August 2017. I'm so excited to do your reading. You obviously have tons of stuff going on if you're into astrology. I'm sure you've been hearing about the total solar eclipse on August 21st, as well as the lunar eclipse on the 7th of August. We've got Mercury going into retrograde. And so there's just a lot of stuff going on. It can be a very, very powerful time for you, and it can also be a scary time. So it just depends on where you at in your life journey. So on the 7th, that lunar eclipse is in your house of personal relationships and love relationships. So that will probably have an effect on how you feel and your actions and things for August, starting on the 7th. I mean, this stuff goes all month, and the power of the solar eclipse is, the total solar eclipse is said to last up to 18 months. So there are two things that I was thinking about before doing your reading that I want to talk to you about after the cards get out on the table, but I did sort of draw energy from your two major arcana, the Strength card, you see that lion, so beautiful, and the Sun, your ruling planet. So I meditated on these energies before we got started, and I will talk to you a little bit about the Sun and the actual lion, the animal, and how that relates to this month. So let's just see what we've got in the cards. Hopefully you can see me okay. I'm trying to get adjusted. My sister is in Hawaii right now, and my boyfriend works, until 6. So I'm so excited to have the house to myself and be able to do these readings in my living room and stuff. It's just so much larger than in my spare room. Oh my gosh. Sorry, my hands are really... So last month we talked about being king of your castle and watching how we get in power. Because listen, Leos you're a lion. If given the choice, that's one of the best animals, or the best animal to be in the zodiac, right? I mean, the beautiful, beautiful, strong, powerful lion. I mean, lucky. So, and your ruling planet is the Sun, which is glorious. So I just love to think of Leos as naturally powerful, beautiful, lucky. I mean, just lucky to be a Leo, right? I'm not saying you don't have problems. Everybody does, of course. But what I love about Leos is their confidence, and that they do care for themselves and choose themselves and give themselves nice things, and operate from the heart chakra of love. And love is very important to you. Relationships are very important to you. Family is very important to you. Think about a lion. They all operate in prides. They don't run around by themselves. They immediately have to be part of a pride to be successful and to survive, right? So you function, best in a comfortable sort of environment where there's an established power. And you like to be the one in power in relationships, Leo. So before I get to my notes and stuff, I'm just going to see what we have in the cards. Let's ask the divine. I've already shuffled a lot and pretty much already done. I don't want to spend too much time doing this like I always do, but it's just a feeling that I get, and it's like, okay, stop, and talking about your sign and stuff helps me to channel the Leo energy. But let's see what the divine has to offer for Leo in terms of love relationships for August. Please, please watch your moon signs as well, Leo. Lots of information there for relationships. What does the divine want us to know for our beautiful lions? Happy birthday, Leo. Please give us some good cards, Leo. Okay. So one word that was coming to mind as I was shuffling and meditating was leadership. I think you're going to be taking a strong leadership role in your job, in your relationship, in your life this month. And it's a lot of responsibility, so be prepared for that. This month is not the time to be lazy and just bask in the sun. It's a time of action and building on what we already have, right? So I hope we have some good cards come up. The Five of Wands, first up. This is your element, Leo. This is competition. This is other people. See, there's 5 witches here, and they're sort of arguing amongst themselves. It's a competitive but fun nature where they're kind of throwing ideas around. So it's almost like that's where you're going to need to be that leader and to stop anything before it gets too aggressive or something. Boom, Queen of Wands. I love it. Also, your element could be you. I'm sure it is. 9 of Cups. Wish fulfillment, independence, emotional fulfillment. 10 of Cups. Yay, I love the start so far. Family, love. Page of Cups. 4 of Cups in reverse. The Sun, yay. 4 of Pentacles. Oh, thank you. See, I just love it when this happens, because that just shows me, Leo, that, okay, and on the bottom of the deck we have the Devil. Great. So this just shows me that I am in tune with the universe. I am supposed to be right here doing what I'm doing, because I was called to meditate prior to this video to these 2 cards, which are your major arcana, like I said. But I wanted to show them to you because I love this lion. First of all, these are the 2 things that I really wanted to talk about: the sun and the and a lion, your animal. And beautiful that they both came up for me, because I was worried that they wouldn't. Oh, I hope you can see that sun. I don't know if you can. All right. So, yes. You're all over this reading. You're all over it, which is beautiful. And there's a lot of beautiful, happy energies for you. So let's just finish off where I started here with the 5 of Wands. This is about, like we said, competition, a little bit of discord. This is often in the work environment or related to work, career, hobbies, things like that, groups of people. This could be your family, or this could just be, you know, some conflict if you're in a relationship. Maybe there's been some conflict. There's a strong water element coming up here, so you could be dealing with a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. If you are, they might be younger than you, or you might have feelings for somebody that's younger than you and that is a water sign or has a lot of water in their chart. Also could be an Aries, Sagittarius, or another Leo, because we have also this fire here. This is the card of Capricorn, so that's a possibility as well, but I think this actually represents society right now. Obviously, there's a lot of politics going on, and there's just tons and tons of things relative to our president, and the decisions that he's going to be making this month are said to be like his life purpose and very much why he's here, and powerful things that are going on. And because this is all happening in your sign, and Mercury is going to be in retrograde, and all this stuff's going to be happening, Leo, your beauty and your strength and your ability to lead, like I said, to lead and to be intense and conquer and operate from a very tender, loving kind of side is what we're going to, this is what we're going to need to end with, which, I'm so excited right now. I have so many things to say. So, conflict, this is going to be everywhere. This means everything to me right now. This means world. This means the poor, the sick, the taxes, like all the things that get under your skin that you would change, that you want to that you would have voted for or whatever, you know, if you wanted to lower the taxes, increase the taxes, immigration, people, things that create this challenge for us is challenging, right? That's what is touching all of this. But you're standing so strong in yourself. King is the next highest that you can go, but I'm really happy that it's the Queen because she's a mood. She's not an action. She's a sort of nurturing mood energy. It's like your morals and your inner being and who you are. It's the fire. And you're coming up strong in your own reading here. And then we have both of these two sort of masculine energies, the sun and strength, which is also you. So if you're not in a relationship or a healthy, happy relationship, you're coming up here as the Queen. She's young. She's the youngest of all the queens because Leo, this is the deal with Leo. I was talking to Aquarius about this, who is your opposite sign in your reading. And I was saying that Leos are often can be perceived as egotistical and selfish and materialistic or whatever. I mean, I'm sorry to use those words, but I'm just saying these negative things that can be described, that we can use to describe Leo sometimes. I think what people don't understand is that Leos, they care about themselves so that they can take care of others and they can be like the best version of yourself. An example being, if you've been accepted to this great college in high school, let's just say you're a Leo, you got accepted to this great college in high school, Harvard, and you had the chance to be the, scholarship for basketball or baseball or something, right? And you're in this relationship and you're deeply in love with your high school sweetheart and they don't want you to leave. Would you choose love or would you choose yourself and your scholarship? Yourself and your scholarship, because it's going to benefit you in the long run. It's going to put you ahead because you love yourself enough to do things for yourself that are important and that are good for you so that you can effectively lead. There's nothing in this world that Leo thinks is too good for them. That's what's great about you, is that you have this confidence where you like nice things, you like to look pretty, but because you're so driven in that way and sort of selfish and you like to do things for yourself that make you feel good and successful, I think you're often a leader or a person in charge at a young age. So what people see as selfish, to you, that's just the way you are. It's like, I have to do what I have to do to be my true self. And you are leaders, creators, actors. You like to be on stage. Excuse me. You like to be noticed. Like, this is the only queen that has a dragon with her. I mean, she loves to be noticed. So you're coming up here, either if you're single or in a relationship, you're coming up as here, if you're single, which is the 9 of Cups, being emotionally strong, feeling good about yourself, feeling confident, feeling like you can conquer the world, feeling like anything you wish for will come true. And Leo, you're like that. You know what you want to be, who you are, and what is good for you, and your wishes are very likely to come true this month, is what I'm saying. They're very, since you're in such a good, if you are in a good place, if you're in a Leo that hasn't been doing your inner self work, you haven't been living your true self, you haven't been putting yourself first, you've been playing the victim or being lazy, then you're not going to be here. But this month is going to be a great way to sort of kick you into gear, and you're going to have this crazy sense of energy. And if you're dissatisfied with your life, this is the month to do something about it. But right after the Nine of Cups, right in line, right in order, we have the Ten of Cups. This is what's coming. This is what you want. This is what you wish for. Happy family, beautiful days, leisurely days, picnics with the people you love, having children, having a nice home, you know, having nice things, the ability to vacation, the money to vacation. That's what makes you happy, and that's what either you're wishing for or what you already have because it's in the past position. Okay, so yes, we're coming up leaders, we're coming up strong. Now, here's this other person that you may be dealing with. This could be your children. If you already have children and you're a parent, you could be experiencing some issues with your children, especially if it's a teenager, because they are, you know, they know it all, right? And they change what they want so much. And so to keep up with their demands and their hopes is hard for children. But if this is representing a partner or someone younger than you, this person sees the world in an emotional way. They see the world and like, how can I make the world a better place? They have a great innocent kind of vibe to them, and I like to see this card as, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all type sort of thing as well, because this person is emotional. They can get their feelings hurt easy, but they also need guidance. They're at a place in life where they're feeling creative, where they're feeling maybe like they need a little push in the right direction. It's like maybe their life is a mess and you know, they're still in college or they're still getting through things and trying to like see their life clearly, but you're so different than that. I feel like Leos are the type of people that they know who and what they want to be from the time they're young, because like I said, you spend that time getting to know your true self. You spend that time devoting your passions, this passionate, like painting. Okay, let's just use, since this person's a painter, let's just use that. You're a child, you played around with paint, you knew you were a great artist. That's something that you would spend time doing and putting your money and your effort into, and you would become that because you know from a young age who you are and what you want and what you're good at, and you take the time to do things for yourself. And so maybe this person is at a phase in their life where they're feeling confused, or they're feeling like their life is kind of in a mess. Again, this is their element, the cups, and it's in reverse. So when it's upright, it's about being disappointed, having a melancholy view on things, feeling stagnant, feeling antisocial, and just minor depression, not appreciating the things that you have. But it's in reverse, so I think that they're really trying to figure out who they are and what they want to do, and they're not super emotionally stable, and they're not fully grounded, and they haven't quite found their passion yet, but you have. So you might be dealing with this water sign that's just emotionally more immature than you or younger than you, maybe at a different stage in life, and you're wondering if, because you have different world views and you're at a different place in life, if it's something that can actually be a long-term relationship, or is it just sexually oriented, just kind of a playful thing. So that's one option. The other option, or the other thing I'm seeing, not option, is that this represents your emotions and your passions and your heart and the impact that you would make on others in a loving, kind, not selfish, not bored, not immature, not way, but a way that helps and offers the sun, right? Offers happiness. It's like if you already are a successful person at work and everything, so now what? So now how can you operate from this creative space more than just the day-to-day? Let me look at my notes real quick, because the two things that I wanted to mention were, and the devil's here because I think that this solar eclipse, lions can be both good and bad, yes? Or they can be both beautiful to look at and loving to each other, and like, see how this lion is purring? They almost look so friendly, like a kitten. But if you get up too close to them, they'll bite you, they'll kill you. Absolutely. They're fierce. They're animals. They're powerful. They're lions. They're beasts, right? So I think the devil's here to remind us that this power that you're going to have is so strong, okay, that if you use it excessively or for the wrong reasons, or operate from a place other than your heart chakra, this person operates fully from their heart. If you operate from a place of anger or depression or disappointment or victimization, then it's not going to be good. You're not going to get this happy ending, this fulfillment, right? It's going to be rough for either the other person or for you, because the devil is underneath reminding you that every action has a reaction. You eventually have to pay for excessive behavior. If you work too much, you're going to exhaust yourself. You're going to get too tired. If you eat too much, you might get fat and unhealthy and have heart problems, or be overweight and have to deal with all the consequences of that. If you party and go out, right, you're doing a disservice to your body and to your health, and you're risking excessive behavior, addictive behavior. So let me just grab my notes here. So the sun, and the lion. Let me just talk about these two things. The lion, the positive side of the lion is that it's big, that you're big. You know who you are. You know your power. You're confident. You're courageous. You're a big, powerful animal that can lead, that can protect, that can succeed and fulfill wishes for yourself and for others. You are strong, physically strong, mentally strong. So the ability to conquer is already just within you, to lead, to conquer. I'm sorry, I'm just reading this. So the problem with this energy that's coming, with these two energy, the devil side of it, the bad side of it, because you always have good and bad sides of everything. Yes, these two things are good. To feel this power, to feel this heat, to feel this hunger, this desire is great, and it's going to be powerful. But if you use it in the wrong way, and you allow your desire to overtake you, then you can hurt people, right? It's that taking what we want and not utilizing self-control can get us in trouble. And we have some people in power right now that like to take what they want and what they think they deserve, or without any question about it. It's a very ego-driven I deserve, I'll take. I'm big, I'm powerful, I'm strong. I'll take it. I can. I'm not going to name any names, but you know, there are it's how we can be sometimes. So that's the negative side of this. You have to control your primal side, this side, because the most powerful thing about this card is the lion, not the woman. Initially, you would think it's the woman. Why? Because she has control over this lion, right? Because she has tamed a lion and is able to pet and care for this wild animal, right? Yes, that does exuberate, what's the word I'm looking for? That does require strength to do. But the lion, its natural urge and its natural hunger and thirst and desire and passion and primal instinct is to kill if hungry, they're not supposed to be friends with humans. So its natural instinct would be to attack. But it has so much self-control and has balancing that primal urge with that love, that heart chakra, the love that it has for this woman. That's true strength. Being able to exercise, to operate from our heart and never go excessive, not attack this woman because it can absolutely mangle her. But the power is that it doesn't. It controls that. Okay? So that's the point, is, you know, this energy can go both ways. It can give you what you wish for and give you what you want, or it can take it away. It can lead to excessive behavior and too much of anything, spending money, you know, whatever, not appreciating our love and our family and our marriage and our children and things like that, always wanting more, being dissatisfied, you know, that can cause friction. So that's the negative side of the lion, and the positive side of the lion is that we are, I think, in society right now, and this is a good representation of this, the Four of Pentacles, we're saving, a lot of people are financially struggling. We're like saving every penny we have, trying to, or, you know, and honestly, the Four of Pentacles is about hanging on to things and not, the output isn't there. It's just it's a tight hold on something. And I feel like there's this, we're given so little at this point in time, and things have been so rough for a lot of people, that it's like society is telling us to accept what we have, accept what we're given, right? And limitations on what we can do, where we can go, who we can be, what we are. We're almost conditioned. I was listening to Kai Pacha, my astrologer. We're conditioned to be small lately. People are conditioned to be small. They're conditioned to submit, to be limited, to not express their true self, who they are. Free ideas, values, you know, sexuality, whatever. These things are being questioned, but also minimized. You know, our urges and our desires and what we want, like a lion, that desire is being minimized. Sometimes, okay, sometimes, not in everything, but it's like, you know, this freedom of not to just accept where you are and who you are and what you're given. It's to try for more. It's to value your self-worth and not just, you know, hang on to every little criticism and every little doubt, you know, that we can't be big and we can't be what we want to be, and we can't have dreams and wishes, that the world's too scary, the world's too complicated, the world's too competitive. But Leo, what we need from you is for you to give a, you know, for you to lead and for you to show that no, The sun gives power to everybody. The sun is non-discriminant. We all can be big. We all can wish and dream and hope and have confidence and be bright and be happy. Happiness is for everybody. It's not just for the popular. It's not just for the good. And Leo, that's really what you need to think about and focus on, is that everybody deserves this sun. Everybody deserves to feel good and feel happy and feel strong and feel loved, and not to be minimized and to be shrunk and to be confined into, dissatisfaction. So in your relationship, if how this relates, I know I'm not really talking about relationships, but this is, everything I'm saying is relative to life. And so how you are in your relationships, you're coming up very powerful, very strong. It's likely that the other person that's involved with you looks up to you, and you have the power. You're the leader in this situation and in this month. And it's important for you to make decisions that are best for your family and not just for yourself, that strengthen your family and not just you, that you lead by example, that you lead from love, that you lead from a non-discriminatory, non-ego driven place. Because if you don't, you're going to stir this pot. There's people that are counting on you, it seems, and love you and are looking up to you. And so it's important that you're king. You're the king of the castle. So if you're king, what would you do if you're the king? How would you operate your kingdom? How would you run your pride? Let me look at what I wrote on my notes. I said the solar eclipse. Okay, so the sun, I've only talked about the lion. I haven't talked about the sun. Let me just talk about the sun and the solar eclipse. And this is about your life purpose on the 21st. This is about what you're here to do. So you're here to be king. You're here to be a lion. You're here to be a leader. You're here to be beautiful. You're here to add creativity and drama and excitement into the world. Without Leos, we would be bored. You guys are beautiful, wonderful people. So if you're king, how would you change the world? How would you make it a better place? What would you do? In your relationship, that's how you should operate this month. You can't just, if you want, you have to be about it, right? So if we want better relationships, we have to be a better partner. And I think that that's kind of what I mean by this leadership. If there's discord in your relationship, if somebody is struggling, or if somebody is not as successful as you yet, or a stay-at-home mom, for instance, or something like that, and they're not feeling empowered and strong, it's your job to be a better partner and offer that strength to them and be what you want, because that's the best way to get what you need as well, is to show this, this is how I'm a good partner, and this is how they can feed off of that energy, because people are going to be feeding off of your energy. Your partner is going to be feeding off of your energy this month. I don't care what sign they are. I don't care who they are. And when Mercury goes into retrograde, like I said, there can be excess, there can be bad communication, there can be too much masculine. And we have to really think about the sun, and what does the sun do? The sun gives life, power, energy, strength, heat to everybody. Yes? I wrote the sun. It's all powerful. Without it, we would not survive. It's hot. You will get burned. If you mess with the sun, if you mess with the Leo, you will get burned. Yes, we get that. It's a powerful, powerful entity, just like you. You're a powerful entity. You're hot. You're strong. When you're angry, you're hot-headed. But it gives back. to people. It gives life. It grows things. It grows seeds. It creates. It's not just here for the elite, the select people, the accomplished, the good people. It's here for everybody. It gives back. So when we're strong and we're in power and we're this positive being, Leo, this powerful being, how are you going to give back like the sun? Masculine, feminine. How can you love and give back with this strength? And this is about excess, doing anything in excess, being too strong, being too aggressive, operating from ego only, and being too cocky or too confident and looking out for just yourself can lead to this. See, this person, if you look out just for yourself, not for other people, it can lead to confusion, arguments, competition, and people hanging on to issues, anger, money, doubt, stress. This isn't a bad card, but it's not necessarily a good card because this person is very fixed, very very rigid, sort of. And that's not what we want. We want an open, honest, happy relationship, communicatory. And also, if your partner needs you right now and they're feeling low or sad or down and out, true strength is about making a bad situation good, or finding the good in any bad situation. That's strength, that's power, right? So when you doubt yourself or others doubt themselves, it's about finding the lesson in that, finding the strength in that, finding the good in the bad. That's true strength, Leo. So don't let this power and this energy go to your head. Don't overspend. Don't overeat. Don't overparty. Don't do anything in excess. Don't be too masculine, because it's, like I said, the sun and everything. And then with Mercury retrograde, that's regarding communication and work and things like that. Like Virgo, it's ruled by Virgo, and so it's about like sort of being in control of your life and stuff. And when it goes in reverse, that's when technology fails and things go crazy. But I think that's going to be happening sort of around you, like maybe bad things with other people or your family. Like I said, your partner, they are going through something, or whatever. If it's you that's going through something, I mean, obviously things are going to turn around, but it has to be because you're using your strength and because you're doing things for the good, for the greater good, and you're, really, you're not operating on this primal sort of desire, but from a place of love, and that everybody deserves happiness and great things. And what will you do with this power? What will you do with this energy? Yeah. It looks so beautiful. It's just a really beautiful reading. I mean, I think these two cards, this 5 in the center and the Devil, go hand in hand, because it's like, if anything is in excess, or you're too egotistical and too self-serving, you're gonna hit some roadblocks in getting the things that you want. But if you go about it in the right way, in a caring, understanding way, then you're going to get whatever you wish for. I just wanted to really quickly, especially since we have the dragon up here on the table and we have the lion, I want to talk about this power, what I mean by utilizing your power, just as an example of Game of Thrones, okay? Let's say this is Khaleesi, a fire element, a lion, a queen, their dragon. She can be almighty powerful, all wild. And let's say this is Cersei, the Lannisters, the king, right? The lions. Using their strength and their money and stuff to rule out of what? Pure strength, pure power. Where Daenerys or Khaleesi is trying to rule from her heart and make things better for everybody, give everybody the opportunities of happiness, free the slaves, help the children. She could easily take her dragon and go and burn the whole village up and kill everyone and win and be in power, right? Like Cersei did, blew up the church, because she did it for her own good and because she could. She had the resources to do that. That's using that power in an excessive bad way. She did it for herself, self-serving reasons. So, I don't know. Her karma probably not going to be the best coming up. Whereas we have this person who's taking, Khaleesi, who's really trying to not follow in her father's footsteps and use her power and her dragons and her fire and her desire to conquer and to lead in a negative way. She's trying to use her power for the greater good, right? To help others, to give back, because she's lucky. So, yeah, that's what I mean. Two very powerful women, two very different ways of going about things, two very different views. Both at this point, up until this point, have been successful. So either way, maybe you'll be successful if you decide to go about things in your relationships and in your job, etc., in a self-serving, excessive manner, in a devilish way. Maybe you'll come out on top as well, but is it going to be worth it? No, because karma always comes back around. If you use this power in a loving way to benefit yourself and your family and to get the things that you wish for, then, that's true strength. That's true success. That's a good leader. Is that who you want your kids to look up to? And, is this the kind of world that we want to bring up our children in? Do we want to bring it up in a world that's full of lies and money and deceit and competition? Or, if you're married and in a relationship, is that the kind of relationship you want your children to see, to bear witness to? Fighting, and you and your husband and wife fighting and not getting along and looking like this and feeling down and out and depressed about their life? Or do they want to see their mom and dad looking like this? So, yeah. I hope that made sense. And I hope, Leo, that you understand how big and powerful this month is going to be for you. And I wish you a happy birthday, and I'm so excited that the cards listened to us and they came out for you. Boom, again. Yeah, you're a lion. Also, one other thing I'm so chatty. Another thing I wanted to bring up, self-control with lions, excessive behavior, when lions operate in pride, part of the reason that they're so successful is because the females are actually in charge. They eat first. Often they hunt. They do the hunting. But lions will hunt. They'll get an antelope or their prey or whatever, and they strategically do it. They line everybody up so that everybody knows their role. Everybody gets along. Everybody knows what their job is to catch this antelope, and they do it so that they don't lose, because they can only run for a certain amount of time or their bodies will overheat. That's how lions are. They can only run they run really, really fast for a certain amount of time, and then that's it, and they'll get really, really hot. but they get this one antelope, and it has to be shared amongst the entire pride. If they have 10 lions or whatever, they have to just eat enough to relieve their hunger. They can't eat until they're full or until they're completely satisfied. They have to save enough for the family to eat as well. They have to control that urge to just want to eat the whole thing, right? And make sure that everybody has some. That's strength. That's being a good leader. That's being, growing a family. And so that's your role. And wherever you are in life, that's going to be kind of where we're at. Don't spend too much money. Also, it's like, especially with Mercury in retrograde, Leo, I know there's, like I said, there's nothing in the world that you don't think is you're worthy of or that you deserve. Nice clothes, nice things. Totally, I gotcha. You do deserve it, and you make it all look good. But just be careful. Make sure that you're not spending excessively, and you're looking out for others and your family, and the money that you do spend is going to building and creating and making a better world, not just for you. It's another message from this Four of Pentacles. Anything you spend it should be for security and positive things, not just on yourself. It should be for your family and your things like that. Responsible spending is what I'm trying to say. So, yeah, if you're cross-watching this and you're dating a Leo, they're going to be really on point this month. They're going to be hard. It's hard to deny that they're so attractive, they're so desired, because they've got their stuff together. They care about how they look, how they dress, what they do. They operate in a passionate way. Leos are attractive people, and you're going to be very attractive this month. So if you don't have somebody, it's coming. Look. Boom. 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 What do you want? What do you wish for? Anything you want, you got it. Anything you need, you got it, baby. That's kind of what I'm hearing. So, yeah, bless you, Leos. Have a beautiful month. I'm so happy for you. And I will check back with you next month. Happy solar lunar eclipse and happy birthday. Take care. Namaste. Aloha. So much love. Bye.